Hello, I'm Brian, and these are my plans. I'm going to live aboard my 26-foot Thunderbird sailboat here on the property while I build my 32 by 56-foot boat shed. Then I'm going to live in a small room inside my boat shed while I build my 38-foot Centennial Spray sailboat. When that is complete, I am going to sail that sailboat around the world. Come join me as I make these plans a reality.
Out here at the lot doing a little bit more of a burn here today to get a couple of more piles disappeared.
So because there's so much topsoil, the bulldozer has to push that all out of the way before we can infill and make our driveway. There is quite a bit of it, and he had to dig a lot deeper than he thought he would need to. How much his tracks are spinning there a little bit. And now we're getting some shale dumped here. Quite a few loads had to come in. Don't know exactly. I do know at one point I heard that there was over 70 loads coming through for the driveway, and that's not even for the pad. So it's going to be quite a bit. Our shale here on the island is a mix of sandstone and some sand and stuff. As they try to dig the sandstone out, it breaks down. So it does make a very good compacted base. And now the bulldozer is spreading out the pile of sandstone that the truck dropped off. The truck itself, by driving over the driveway, will help pack it down, as those trucks are 70,000 pounds or about 35 tons. This tractor, the bulldozer I should call it, is about 15,000 pounds, so about 10 ton. I'm rounding there a little bit. And you can see he's packing down the stuff he just pushed out. You'll see him coming back and forth here 2 or 3 times to help pack that down. The main trouble with it right now is the driveway was so wet because you're trying to pack the new soil, the new backfill, the shale into the water, and it just sucks up that water. So here's the pile of stumps that he's yanked out already, so it's looking good, and I'm sure there'll be quite a pile of them, and then he'll get them trucked away. We still have quite a few stumps left over this way to take care of. So the next day he came back, and I thought it was interesting and nifty to see how he actually drives his bulldozer right off the truck. He's been at it quite a while. His blade doesn't even touch the ground, so he knows how much he has to adjust his blade to. The ground was so soft that they actually couldn't drive use the bulldozer to get the material out of the way, so they had to dig it out with a high mac, is what we call them around here, and then use that to pull the shale in and also pull the trees out. Notice he's going up on one wheel there as he was trying to lift that out, so the trees are well dug in. The root system is really strong. And with his grabber there, he's quite easy to move stuff around. He's got to move that because he's going to pile more fill there. And they finally made it over to where my pad was, and they're bringing in loads of shale, and he's spreading it out here. I just thought this one was quite fun with him driving all over the piles of shale and rocking around in the machine. I imagine it's not the most comfortable of drives in there, getting jostled around. He also cleaned out where my power line is coming in, pulled the 3 stumps, and now he's just doing a grading of it. You can can see another load of shale coming. He did compact it with a roller. Of course, we had all those piles of wood that they had to move, so loaded up on the truck. And if you noticed that there was a big log fell there, that's why generally the truck driver, which you can see in the back there, standing there, doesn't stay in the truck just in case something drops out of the bucket. There he is, the truck driver going and throwing that piece on, getting his work for the day. And you shouldn't stand underneath the excavator or anything. And then he just had to haul it over to where my pile was, and he came back for another load of the stumps. And then this driver, he was looking at the wrong tire, and he backed over the bank, and they're getting ready there for him to tip his load, and you can see that the excavator bucket is next to the load as it goes up, because there is a risk of the vehicle itself tipping over because it's not on flat surface. I had to give my dad a talking about site safety, as he knows this truck driver and walked over to talk to him while this was going on. Not only does he walk under the excavator with the bucket up in the air and the guy beeps at him, he stands on the side of the truck that it would tip onto, potentially crushing him if the truck had tipped over. Because the truck was not able to dump the full load, and because he was down over the hill, they had to use the excavator to help lower the
He's forcing it
box
down.
also. And then they used the excavator to hook up a chain and pull him out. There was nothing damaged on the truck except for maybe the driver's pride. Well, I'm out here at the lot today, just going to look over the last of the groundwork for now. They'll be back after I get the posts in the ground and do some other work, but they're pretty much done now, so we'll just have a quick look. Well, we got the driveway in here. It's decently built up, you know. They ended up putting 3 or 4 feet of fill in through to level it off. Land slopes that much. As you can see, I also have my shipping container and boat here, but that's for another episode, so pretend you don't see them. And got a bunch of the topsoil that they had to dig up is pushed over here to the side, and that still got lots of wood to stack, getting it done slowly. Lots of work there. And yes, I also got the outhouse moved up here just to be a little bit closer and less likely for me to have to walk down through the mud down there to get to it. So my pad here is done. It's decently level and all set for me to go drill a bunch of holes in it so I can put my posts in. I just got to stake it all out, so hopefully that'll happen early, well, either this weekend or early next week. And over here is my septic bid. They'll have it, my septic tank and my lines will run out that way towards the edge of the property there, and whenever the septic tank's in and all my posts are done and everything like that, they'll come back and do a little bit more landscaping just to make it possible to drive from one side to the other and, you know, level out this slope so I'll actually be able to cut the grass and things like that. So getting ready to get going. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to move down this weekend and get living on the boat and get everything set up so that I'll be able to start work here on the property next Monday. So we'll probably show that in the next video. We'll chat later.